Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. Today we are going to begin with the sixth chapter of history, that is empowerment of women and other weaker sections. Now we are going to see how women empowerment was going on taking a boost in India after the independence period. Women had participated extensively in the freedom struggle. Women have also made important contributions in all fields of in the post-independence period too. That is what we will study in this chapter, as also the laws enacted for women and other weaker sections. No, not only weak women, but also the weaker sections in the society. That also we are going to see in this chapter. When we study the condition of women in India, we realize that the roots of several of the problems they face lie in the mentality of men. Even in the 21st century, we have not been able to rid ourselves of this male centered mentality. Now, what is, children, this male centered mentality or the mentality of the men is always looking down at women. They have always seen women as a part of the four walls. Inside the four walls, the woman has to be in the house, take care of the house, take care of the children, cook food, do all the household work, etc., and not beyond that. So this is what the mentality of men is, which has been troubling the women since a very long time. Okay. Now Vinod Bhave made use of women power in the Bodhan movement, which he had started, placing his faith in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. Women volunteers carried the message of Bodhan to all parts of India. Women played a significant role in the Telangana peasants' armed struggle, which challenged the rule of the Nizams and the feudal system. As the region became free from the bonded labor, women also found freedom from this torment. Now, see, there is no place where the women did not reach. Okay, women have started involving themselves in every part or every activity in the society, and hence this is not the Vinod Bhave who made the women power in the Bodha. He used the women power during the Bodhan movement. It was the women who went across the country and spread the message. And then women played also a significant role in the Telangana peasants' armed struggle. Okay, they were the one who fought for the rights of the between the Nizam and the feudal system. And then when they found freedom for themselves, and they came to know the power which they have within. Now we are going to see how they manifested their power, the woman power. Manifestation is to show, okay, to bring it up. Women who have to face the burnt of scarcity of supplies and rising prices gave a show of their strength as an organized entity in 1972. Under the leadership of the socialist leader Mrinal Gore, women in Mumbai participated in a demonstration which came to know as the Latne Morcha, the rolling pins demonstration. Commodities like oil, ghee, rava, maida would become scarce just as Diwali was near at hand. Kerosene had become very expensive. Women came together, brandishing their rolling pins, and took part in the demonstration. This movement met with success, and the public got a glimpse of the united power of women. So, there was a socialist leader named Mrinal Gore. Under her leadership, women in Mumbai protested against the rising price of these commodities, which were a necessity during the Diwali celebration. And everything would automatically raise, the prices of these products would rise. And that was the reason they would find it difficult. And hence, all the women came out to show their power and demonstrated with the rolling pins, a daily necessity in the house, which is also known as the Latna. So the name of this demonstration was Latne Morcha. Okay, and hence this movement met with success, and the public got a glimpse of the united power of women. Okay, now we'll see the another movement which the women participated, which is known as the Chipko movement. Another show of constructive women power was seen during the Chipko movement in 1973. Trees from the forest in the foothills of the Himalayas were to be cut down for commercial purposes. Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sudhirlal Bahuguna had started a movement to prevent this. See children, you can see in the picture how these women have surrounded the tree and these people, those who are in the support of this movement. Then women followed the strategy of holding hands and encircling each tree, as their method consisted of protecting the tree by embracing it. See how they have embraced it, you can see in the picture. Hence, this movement came to be known as Chipko movement or the Chipko Andolan. Women took part in it in a large number. Women had a big role to play in the agricultural economy of this region. Gaura Devi was the activist who created this awareness among the women with the help of Sudesha Devi and Bachani Devi. So, this was how the Chipko movement took place. Next is the anti-liquor movement. In 1992, in Andhra Pradesh, a movement was started against the drinking of alcohol. It received a good response in other states too. When the head of the household dies, an untimely death due to addiction of alcohol, the family faces a serious crisis which affects women the most. Due to alcoholism, they have to deal with extreme sorrow and poverty. This movement got the support of the anti-Arak movement in Andhra Pradesh. Now, see, children, this started with the state of Andhra Pradesh, where the women started raising their voice against this alcohol, and they wanted the government to take some step against these alcohol shops. They brought to the notice of the government and wanted them to close it because there were many people or the many men in their region who died because of this addiction of alcohol. Okay, and they leave behind the family. The women had have to suffer. There is no proper finance in the house, etc. And hence this anti-arak movement in Andhra Pradesh took place. This arak is a local drink, the local alcohol of that particular region. As a result of the government policy, Arak, a locally produced alcohol, dealers set up shops in every town and village. The poor laboring people began to get addicted to alcohol. Now see, now as there were small shops, these men got addicted to this alcohol. At the same time, a literacy program was being run in the village of the state. The Sita Ma Katha, that is the Sita story, was narrated as a part of this program. It was a story about Sita who creates awareness among the people of a village and gets alcohol to be banned from the village. In 1992, three youths of Dubuganta village of Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh drowned in a lake in a state of inebriation and died. That means they were not in their senses because of the alcohol they consumed. They drowned in the lake, okay, and died. At this instance, the women of the village came together and forced the closure of arak shops. The report of this news in the local newspaper had its effects on many other villages. So the women came together and went on a morcha, and they made these local alcohol shops to be closed down. The movement spread to the entire state, and the government had to adopt a strict policy against the sale of alcohol. So this way the sale of alcohol was stopped. So we'll stop here children for today. Go through the video, read the textbook. Thank you. Have a nice day.